Hello guys. So it has been a while. It has been a while. Too long, as a matter of fact. Well, today we are doing a makeup tutorial. We are using some of my favorite products. I will be linking everything in the description box below. I will be going through everything. We're going to have a little tea. We're going to talk. We're going to talk about some of the things that's important to us, things that I like, well, to me anyway. Maybe you guys like it too, and we can, you know, kind of have that common ground. So without further ado, let's just jump into it. I pray that this video is everything that you expected from your girl, and check it out. Okay, so since seeing you guys last time, I got engaged. Let me zoom in on that ring for y'all though. Hang on, let me get it adjusted here. My hands get so dry, guys. I'll be taking this thing off and on throughout the day to exfoliate, moisturize these things, because this winter was extremely brutal on my hands, especially across the knuckles. So anyway, got engaged on Valentine's Day, and it was probably one of the best Valentine's Days that I've ever had in my entire life. To kind of give you a little backdrop before we jump into our makeup tutorial, I had picked out my ring. Actually, if you go to my Instagram, which is queenmother_83, and go back to maybe 6 years ago, I remember my mom and I went to the jewelry store in the mall, because that's where I worked as a hairdresser. And I had tried on this ring, and this ring is identical to the ring that I tried on then. I'm gonna tell y'all something, and we're gonna get into it in this video, the power of manifestations, right? And you know, a lot of people don't know this about me, but I do have the gift of sight. So there's things that I can see, know, hear, and just have like first dibs on it, good and bad. That's the thing. So anyway, I had picked this ring out 6 years ago, something very similar to it, right? And here we are. Okay. And I would say it looks really good on my hands. It is 1.9 carats. I didn't want anything too big, and that's including the smaller diamonds in the band. It's hard for this camera to focus sometimes. Okay. And so, yeah, I didn't want anything too big because I kind of have small hands. And I also have a band that I got afterwards, this top one, just to kind of accentuate it because I like the stack look. So anyway, guys, yeah, finally got my engagement ring. I've always envisioned this my entire life, of being married and all this good stuff, but only to the right person. So here I am. So we're going to jump into this video where we are going to do a spring look, but we're going to kind of add a little bit of a twist. And today I will be doing my lashes, honey. You know, because I've been doing kind of like just the mascara, just kind of showing you how to do like an everyday look. But we're going to spice it up. Disregard the head rag because this is coming off. I just have it covered up. I did a somewhat of a pixie cut weave. Quick weave, and it was just to kind of change it up a little bit to away from my original hairstyles. So we just gonna jump right into it, and when I do the lashes, I will go off screen. Okay, so first of all, guys, I've already cleansed, prepped. The only thing I haven't done is done like a filler with the makeup, so we are going to do that first. Today I'm gonna use a little bit of the Angel Veil, which is by NYX. And we're just gonna use a little bit of this because it's springtime, that sun's out, that vitamin D is coursing through my veins, so it gets a little bit oily. So this right here is just going to kind of fill in the pores. Okay, just like so, just a little. A little goes a very long way. Okay, so this on here. And I won't lie to you, once this look is done, y'all gonna be like, dang, she looking like Halle Berry, you know, back Kelly Rowland. You know, because like I said, I did the quick weave style, you know, just something short and simple that I could tie up at night, but it's banging. Rihanna, you know, all of the above. So Angel Veil, NYX, first thing we used. Now, today we are focusing primarily on the M.A.C. So we are using the Skin Refine Zone treatment. Okay. I only put this on my T-zone. So again, a little goes a long way. So what I do is I just I get oily here and here. And I just rub that in real nicely. Remember the dermablading video that I done, and I was telling you what directions to go? Well, when you apply your makeup and all this stuff, you're going to use all of that the same way. Now, I use a little bit of this, guys, on my little laugh lines. Because for some reason, when that makeup gets oily, it wants to settle into these fine lines. So just try to go up with them. Okay, once that's done, a lot of people use like their primer before. Well, I kind of primed anyway, so once I do that, I prime again. And today I'm using the Ulta Beauty Moisturizing Primer Spray. Okay, so I'm just gonna go like this. And this has caffeine in it, guys, and I love to put that up under my eyes because sometimes I have late nights, early mornings, okay? And I'm sure a lot of mothers, entrepreneurs, career women, just people in general just can relate to all of that. Next thing I do, some people, if you prefer this, you can do it. If you don't, fine. But I like to use the NYX Dewy, what is this? Dewy Finish. And I use this at the end. Now, mind you, I do have oily skin, but I only lightly put this on because I will tell you, I am in my mid-30s, and I've noticed that my skin tends to get a little bit drier than it used to, even though it's still oily, like in my T-zones and sometimes on my cheeks and laugh lines. So once I've done that, Dewy Finish, NYX, I'm getting ready to start. Now, I was kind of conflicted on if I should do the concealer first and then the makeup. But what I'm thinking is I'm going to do the makeup first and then we'll conceal, okay? So, first things first, we are doing the M.A.C Prolongwear. The color I wear, if you're close to my shade, for me, it's really hard to find the shade, okay? So for people that have my skin tone, this is NC46. Now, when they redid the Prolongwear line, it was in a glass bottle. And it was so perfect. I could hug people. I could do whatever all day, especially guys, because, you know, men don't like makeup on them. They don't wear makeup. So when I would hug them or embrace them, whatever, that makeup could potentially get on the collars or the shirts. They changed this. This is more of a hydrating formula, although it is still extremely good for oily skin. And I was really skeptical because I used that glass bottle for years. But this right here is just as amazing too. So the M.A.C Prolongwear in NC46 is my shade. And that does change in the summertime. But today we're using it today. So what I do normally is I take this tube and I just literally apply little dabs just like so. Okay. Now, sometimes I like to use the fingers, but I am not today. I'm using my makeup brush first. Now, some people don't like to use the brush. They use a sponge. I use the sponge afterwards. So what I do is just go in and I disperse enough product that I don't have to reapply that. Okay. And I just evenly get it all over the skin. So guys, while I'm doing that, let's just talk a little bit since I seen you. Because I did promise you tea, right? So just work that through. Make sure you get that jawline really nice so you don't have that line of demarcation. Just blending that in. And if you need to use a little bit more, I'm going to show you guys a technique here shortly. So from the engagement, guys, like I said, it was like every other day. Now, unfortunately, my now official fiance, husband-to-be, had to work that day. So it was a short day, but he still had to go in. He's a contractor, and sometimes that's just what it entails. So anyway, it was a really short day, and like I said, I woke up that morning. I knew that he would get me something, and having the gift of sight, I have to block out certain things because, like, I be getting, like, first dibs on stuff, you know, before it actually happens, and sometimes I don't want to know. I like surprises. But sometimes I know things before I know things. So anyway, I go downstairs and there was a dozen of red roses. So for you that don't know me and the ones that do, red is my favorite color. So had a dozen red roses, some chocolates. I love hearts as well. So it was chocolates in a heart-shaped box. And I also had a handwritten card, not a card with a message already in it. He literally sat and hand wrote that card, and it was just the most thoughtful thing ever. And of course, the older I get, the more sentimental I get. So my eyes did sweat a little bit. They did sweat a little bit, I'll admit. Now, what I normally do is I kind of go back in right in this area. Now, next thing is the sponge. I use my fingers, but I will have it on standby. And I just lightly kind of just get around those eyes real good. You know, because I do sometimes have about $30 worth of groceries underneath these joints. And, yeah. And then I apply it softly on the nose. I don't like that stippling look on the nose. So I just apply that afterwards. You know, with my fingers. So anyway, guys. So, yeah, my eyes sweated a little bit. And later on that night, we had got dinner. And once we got dinner, we ate it. And the dinner was absolutely amazing. We got Noel to bed. And once I got Noel to bed, you know, we was just kind of, you know, hanging out. I myself had taken a shower and just kind of expected the day to somewhat end normally. Well, then we started talking, and he kind of gives like this beautiful, heartfelt speech, you know, and he is a man of few words. You know, he's military, but he's a real big person at heart. So anyway, so now we're using our sponge, guys, to kind of blend everything in and get those little stipends from the brush. If you have any places that you feel like you need extra foundation, feel free. I mean, feel free, guys, to go in and apply it with the fingers, because sometimes, you know, I'll honestly have like some little hyperpigmentation that I just didn't cover. So yeah, I'll just use my finger. Just go in and use it. Like right here, I had like a little spot. So yeah, I just apply just a little bit. And especially like if you get darker around the mouth, you can do that too. So anyway, he's a man of few words, military, but he's a real sweetheart. A lot of people don't know that about him, but he is. So anyway, we sitting there and, you know, we watching us a good movie, and he's spilling his heart, you know, and I'm listening and, you know, feeling some type of way. And then he pulls out the ring. He gets down on one knee and proposes to me. And then, again, got this beautiful ring here. Excuse my little mirror, guys. I'm just making sure I'm covering all my bases here. So anyway, some of them have it on the stand, but I like to get up close and personal. So once I'm done with that, I take what remains on this brush and I just go underneath there, get that little double chin, guys. And I'm going to tell y'all, I'm working on that double chin. Yesterday, I did 4.1 miles. 4.1. 4.1 miles, and it was such a gorgeous day. It's a beautiful, as a matter of fact, it's even warmer today than it was yesterday. And, yo, did 4.1 miles, and I won't lie to you. My legs did feel like noodles, but aside from that, I was able to, you know, recover pretty quickly. So anyway, did 4.1 miles, came home, felt good, and I slept like a baby last night. So anyway, guys, that was the tea on that. Got my engagement. He got down on one knee. It was beautiful, of course. Okay, guys, so now that that's done, we are going to conceal. Move my little hair pieces back here out of the way. And like I said, guys, we're going to do the lashes, the whole nine. Now, again, I'm going to go off camera for the lashes, but other than that, everything will be on camera. So, today I'm using the Maybelline Instant Rewind Concealer. As you can see, quite a bit of it is gone because I love it. It's really good. It has the caffeine in it, and it's really good for people that kind of have the baggy eyes and the discoloration. So this right here, you literally twist it up. And it doesn't take very much, and you can start to see how that sponge gets kind of moist. So we are just going to go underneath, dab those eyes really nice. I like to do the dab and the triangle. Dab and triangle. Okay. So we're going to conceal the eyes, and we're going to maybe do a little bit of contour today, guys. See that? This method I call Tears of a Clown. Now with the Tears of the Clown method, it should look like the little triangles like the clowns in the circus have. Okay. And this color is 130. So it's 130 medium, guys. If you're about my skin tone and you're kind of wondering, and I will put everything that I use today, I will put underneath in the description box. So like I said, we're just doing that. That sun outside is gorgeous, guys. I'm telling you, it's amazing. All right, so we're gonna let that set. We are also contouring the forehead, but I like to do like this, like a little circle. And I'm gonna tell you something else, guys. If you don't want to contour, like how some people use like the darker, that's fine. Your makeup should actually be dark enough in contrast to your concealer when you do this particular look. So that's completely fine if you don't want to do that. Then I normally go here. Now, can I contour the nose? Yes, but today I'm not. I mean, I love my nose, and I'll be honest, I don't feel the need to make it slimmer or more European looking. I like my African black nose, okay? But I will do a video where we will contour. So, but today, we may just do a little, but not very much. Now, what I do on the nose, this is going to be a little bit different. I take it here and dab it right on the center. And just little dots here like that. There's a method to my madness. So it's almost as if we were putting like little dots, like we are doing like our, the alignment, like your chakras. Like this is your body. Your nose is your body and all that good stuff. So, and then I'm going to put like a little circle here and here. That's it. Okay. And again, that is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. And it has the caffeine in it. So, now that that's done, we are just literally using our little sponge. And it does have quite a bit of makeup on it. I do wash them, you know, instead of like buying new ones every single time. But this is my favorite, so I use it a lot. It has a lot of makeup, and I have washed it a lot. And for purposes of bacteria, I do use cleansers, and we will do a video on that one day. Like, Shakita, what do you use to clean your brushes? Because I'm a cosmetologist, hygiene is a big thing. Cleanliness, disinfecting, all that is a big deal. So anyway, I always start the places that I don't, because this sponge absorbs a lot of that concealer. So I always start with the places that I don't really want that to get too light. I just want to contour and highlight just ever so slightly. Okay. And sometimes I'll take what's left. See, you always have a little bit left. So I always take what's left and go around the corners of the mouth just like so. And guys, I took my vitamin D today. And even though the sun is out, it is partly cloudy a little bit. And I took that vitamin D because it just makes me feel good. You feel good when you get that sunshine. I call it the sunshine vitamin. That's what it is, sunshine vitamin. So then I go right into the forehead, gradually working. I just soften the outer perimeter of it more so than anything else. Okay, and then I go down the nose. Just ever so slightly. Where our little chakras, we want everything to align, so we want everything to blend. All that. Okay. Okay, and your sponge, well, some people like the sponge wet. Use it however. I'm using it dry. But yeah, we've got plenty of time and tutorials to kind of do everything else. So we go underneath the eyes. And it might seem like it's a little heavy. Like I said, guys, we are switching it up today. Okay, so if you see me off camera, I'm just, like I said, make sure everything is everything. Okay. So anyway, guys, my allergies, I tell you what, I can tell it's spring because my allergies have already started like acting up. Okay, and remember in the one tutorial I told you to kind of roll it towards the face. Don't go so much outward. Same thing. Just roll it really nice. And see, your nose will kind of contour anyway if you use like that little chakra method I was telling you. Pretend like they're your little chakras and you trying to get everything to, of course, align. Okay. Done and done. Okay, so anyway, guys, and that's it. Okay. Now we are gonna bake. I don't bake too long underneath the eyes because, like I said, you know, at times, you know, them jokers be looking like Festa Adams off the Addams Family movie where they be all dark underneath, $30 worth of groceries. So I ain't trying to bake too long and dry them jokers out, you know, because your girl is trying to preserve the eyes for a long time. I ain't trying to look old now. So anyway, we are contouring. So I'm going to use a Real Techniques brush. It is the, anyway, it's a Real Techniques brush. It doesn't say. But anyway, this is what it looks like. It looks kind of fluffy. Some people use this to like blend in and contour, different things like that. But I like to use it underneath the eyes because it's not too heavy. So I am using the Laura Mercier. And I tried this one. It's a smaller size. The Laura Mercier. This is the translucent powder. And I wanted to try this one out first because they have a new line for women of color, people that have pigment in the skin. And I love this. This is for literally everybody. But I wanted to try it out first before I did the honey one because I felt like that one would be more of a match to my skin. Even though I have like the Sacha Buttercup. I think it's called banana powder, banana boat powder. And we'll do tutorials on that. But today it's the Laura Mercier. And it's a smaller size because I didn't know how I would like it. And ain't no sense in getting a big old size and you don't like it. And then, you know, you done think a full size is like $35. So anyway, I put like a little in the lid. Okay. And I just legit just go underneath. And I just begin to pat. And you really can't, to me, with the Laura Mercier, you really can't use too much of it. You know, because it's, you know, it's translucent. It's going to set. Just real nice. Get underneath them eyes real good. I always brush off the excess, you know, when I dab it because I can always come back. I get those laugh lines because, like I said, the makeup tends to settle in there. And I've already said it with my MAC Refine Zone. Now, I've seen some people use like the little pot stuff like that keeps your eyeshadow from creasing. And that's a great idea too. But like I said, one day I didn't have that. So I just used what I had. Sorry guys, looks like I was going out to the side there. So anyway, we are literally using the Laura Mercier to get those little areas where we concealed. Okay. Perfect. Now I'm going to say this, guys. You know, at some point, you know that we are moving to Huntsville, Alabama. And I cannot wait. Talk to my good friend. Of course, we always talk about, when we on the phone, we talk about all of our shows. And I just can't wait to get down there and legit, you know, just have like a friend circle, you know, kind of meet new people, you know, and just kind of grow as a person. You know, it's an old saying, koi fish and sharks will only grow as big as the tank that they're in. So if you put it in a small tank, it's going to grow to the size of the tank. When you put it in a larger tank, they grow larger. That's why when you go to certain koi fish ponds, some of the koi fish are huge. As a matter of fact, some of them get as big as small sharks because the tank is big. So for me, you know, that's what moving to Huntsville represents. Me kind of getting out of that, you know, the small fish bowl, and yeah, just spread my wings. You got one life, you got to make the best of it. So use the Merier powder, guys. Once you are done with that, we are at this point going to let it set. So what I like to normally do is go in and begin on the eyebrows. Today I'm using the Jordana. It's in the dark brown. I have several of them, so the words are missing, but this is it. Okay, and I always keep the tops on them. Now for disinfecting purposes, cosmetology little thing. Now I'm the only one that uses this, but each and every time, because some people say, well, how do you disinfect your pencil, right? Well, you can't disinfect it technically by like spraying it off and cleaning it. So what you do is between each and every client, when you're doing makeup, you use your pencil sharpener, put it in there, and make sure that you're cleansing your pencil sharpener and it's disinfected. So anyway, what I do first, while all of that is setting, I go in, guys, and again off camera, try to keep my little camera off there, because this zooms, or it's like a magnifying mirror. So like I'm seeing everything, the pores, everything. And I like everything natural, but first thing I do is just brush my eyebrows up. And I just kind of go in. I follow the shape underneath and up above it. Just like so. Okay. Now I will, today I'm doing the whole 9, so I will conceal underneath. So if you mess up a little bit, that's okay. And I don't like them too thick, but I do like them a little bit fuller. Okay. So once I do that brush or do the pencil, I go back in, use that, and kind of straighten it up. And then we're going to go to the other side. And honestly, guys, it's about time for me to wax these bad boys. But, you know, I'll get to that at some point. So anyway, just clean them up really good. And I just kind of do stippling motions. Because, again, my makeup, I like it to look natural. You can do glam, you can do over the top without it being just so overdone. And some people like their eyebrows thicker, and that is perfectly fine. But for me, I like to follow my natural eyebrow shape and just kind of clean them up as such. Okay. Now. So anyway, guys, we get ready to do a little bit of talking for, like, the people. Like when I was telling you about going to Huntsville, and I talked to my good friend. We'd be on the phone talking about, you know, our shows and the stuff that goes on them. Well, one of the shows that her and I watch, and honestly, my husband to be out. The word fiance is cool, but I like the word husband to be. He got him watching it. You know, and of course he gives like the commentary like I do. Except I be hollering at the screen like, you know, like these people can hear me. But anyway, one of the shows we watch is called Married at First Sight. And if you're not familiar with the show is literally about couples that, you know, they've met because they were arranged by psychologists, and basically that they're their best matches. So it's kind of like that. So we get ready, well, before I finish that, guys, the next thing we are going to do is use our LA Girl Pro Concealer. Now this is, what color is this? Cool Tan. Now, when you do your eyebrows, it shouldn't be as light as what you did to contour the eyes and stuff, but it should be not too much lighter than your foundation. So this one right here represents that. And you can use, you know, your own makeup color if you want to do that too. And then I just use like a little brush like this, and I've had it forever. This is actually by e.l.f. and it's a flat eyeliner brush, so you can use it for eyeliner. I use it to, you know, fix my eyebrows before I do my eyeshadow and stuff. Because sometimes, like I said in my first video, eyebrows are sisters. So my left eyebrow always seems to be a little different than the right. So I always have to fix it. So anyway, what I do is squeeze a little bit of that out and apply it underneath each of them. Just lightly though. And this brush is kind of stiff, so yeah, it does have some movement, but just be really careful. And so anyway, on the show Married at First Sight, one of the couples on there is Paige and Chris. So if let me say this, if you follow that show, then you completely understand, you know, what I mean when I say Paige should have ran. Them red flags was everywhere. And, you know, she's like, well, you know, I took vows, and I'm not mocking the girl, but come on. I took vows. Now, I only been married for 3 days. But I took vows. She done found out this man he was engaged like, what, 3 months prior to coming on the show, before the network married them. And he was engaged months prior, broke up with the ex. Come to find out, you know, she's 6 weeks pregnant. So to me, he probably never stopped sleeping with the girl. Now, I'm going to just say this. I don't think that women should, I mean, and hear me out. I'm not a feminist by any means, honey. I'm not a feminist at all. But I really think that women should stop putting up with behaviors and things that men would not put up with. So what I mean by that is on this particular show, right? If she had came on the show and she had been engaged and had been sleeping with her ex prior to, you know, and she found out she was 6 weeks pregnant, he'd have been at that door. And most men would have left if they found out that somebody that they just married or just got in a relationship with, she's 6 weeks pregnant with another man's baby, he's more than likely going to leave. Men just literally, they don't accept the same behaviors that women take men back time and time again for. You know, a lot of times if a woman cheats, you know, on her husband or her man, more than likely, he's not sticking around. But women, it is, yeah. But men, you know, they're not gonna forgive you for that. But women, shoot, you know, we be like, oh, you know, I'm gonna work it out with Pookie and Ray Ray. You know, them Pookies and Ray Rays, and he be doing all what he's big enough to do. But anyway, yeah. So once I've done the eyes, I just take what's left on my Real Techniques brush, and I just go like this. Oh, is it? I know, it's rain. Is it raining?
Yes, it's raining outside.
Oh, it is. Oh.
Mama, umbrella.
Yeah, when we go outside, we're gonna need an umbrella. Okay, don't worry about it. You know, we'll grab an umbrella and sit on the little patio. All right, so guys, next thing. So once I do that, I've set that. I've baked enough. Like I said, I use that caffeine. If you notice, it doesn't really have, you know, too heavy, you know, kind of conceals that. It starts to liquefy into the skin. So if you feel like you're getting a little dry, that is perfectly fine, because everything will kind of liquefy, mattify, and blend with your skin tone. So next thing we are going to do is we are using another sculpting brush. Okay, so I'm going to, again, like I said, use the sculpting brush. This one is by e.l.f. It's the complexion brush, and I've had it for quite some time, and it looks kind of fluffy. Now, I will give you like a little bit of a tweak. You can use, and I couldn't find it, but you can also use what they call a kabuki brush. You know, but I couldn't find mine, so we're going to stick to the basics. So what I do, guys, these allergies. Got my nose and stuff messed up today. I'm using the M.A.C Dark Deep Mineralized Skin Finish Powder. Now, this is going to tie everything together because it is a little bit, you know, darker than my actual makeup. So, all I do is I take this. It has a little bit of a mirror. And I just do this. Go in, you know, and we just are going to dust off any excess. Any excess.
Almost done.
Yes, I am. Almost done. Go in. And we are going to fill in where we were. Okay. And see where I've contoured, you know, I like to kind of go in and make sure that everything is real soft. And then I kind of fold that on the end and make sure that I get the nooks and crannies behind that eye. Okay, so. Okay, once that's set. Okay. Then, now sometimes like some people use powders to like contour or they'll use the liquid. So today, I just don't know that I want to contour. I just want to show you guys today like the uniqueness of using just your makeup to kind of pull everything together without it. And I've already got really good cheekbones. Even though, you know, I could probably sculpt, you know, get that double chin hidden, but we're not hiding nothing today, baby. The sun's out. It's all good. So, once that's done, what I like to do next, again, my favorite, the M.A.C line. This is the M.A.C Ambering Rose, okay? As you can see, I've been, oh my God, I've been using it forever. I normally, Jesus, sorry guys. I normally order 2 at a time because I do use it pretty frequently. But this is the Ambering Rose, and it's the shimmer. And look, I don't even have to look at the bottom of it because it's worn off. But it's the, like the shimmer blush, I think, the shimmering line. So yeah, I use that, and I'm going to use my little, it's kind of like an angle brush. Now this is the bamboo line, just like the one that I used to do my makeup before I started. So what I normally do is I take that somewhat of an angle brush, and it has some on there a little bit. Okay. And then I just go like this. Smile a little bit. You always want to keep it under the apples of the cheek. Now, some people, you know, they kind of go a little bit higher, and that's fine. But it's almost like doing an upside down comma. So it's like circle, circle, up. Okay? Circle, circle, up. And it's okay if you get a little bit extra on there, because now I learned this many years ago that that the color pink, you know, rose, you know, was a sign of, or it gave off the idea of fertility, that a woman like mating. So I don't know, I guess it just always works. And I always kind of just go up a little bit, even though, like I say, keep it on the, you know, the bows of the cheek or whatever. And that's perfectly fine. Okay, so now that that's done, bam. Next, this is by Stilla, and this is just regular bronze. And this is the Heavens Hue highlighter. I have been using this for years, and I love it. I've used other highlighters, and I love them too. But I would say this is like my all-time favorite. When you open it up, see, it is just amazing. I mean, it goes, it looks just like it does in this thing. And I had a really hard time finding a good bronzer, but this is it. So what I normally do, once I am ready, I use another Real Techniques brush. And this is like the fan, I'm going to just say it's the fan brush. Okay. And so, or some, well, I think it's a stippling brush. I use a stippling brush because, like I say, I have more control over what I do with it. And remember we was doing the chakras here on the nose? Well, this is going to come into play when we put this highlighter on. So first things first, what I do is I just go across it just like so. I'm trying to keep that mirror there. I go across it just like so. And go down. And this stuff comes out so easy, guys. I got this at Sephora one time. I think I was in Louisville. I traveled to Louisville. And I went into the Sephora there and picked that up. And I've loved it ever since. Probably need a new one. But as long as we sanitize, I'm the only one that uses it. Keep it good, then it's all good. So, first things first is I always go on this area. Okay. And then I just slightly, ever so slightly, go over where I put that, my blush. Just a little though, because the blush actually has a little bit of that highlighter in it. You know, but I like to just kind of give it like a nice shimmer. I don't know. We'll find it, Bug. I don't know where you deal with it. We'll have to add. Did you ask Dad? Guys, I can't never be great. I can't never be great, right? You get a 3-year-old, it's all about them. So anyway, we are doing that. So remember where we did the chakras? Well, we get ready to align them, baby. We get ready to align them with this highlighter. And you can use, and there's another brush, guys. Let me show you if I can find it. There's another brush that I use. This one here. And it's like real fluffy. And it almost looks very similar to the Real Techniques brush. See? Almost the same. This one's a little bit fluffier though. So if you want, I'm going to show you something else. I'm going to show you with this brush. It's like the Real Techniques brush. And I will take that highlighter and I just literally go right where I want to be aligned. Now, for some people, they say, you know, which highlighters can make you look oilier when you use them in your T-zones. But like I say, we didn't contour the nose. We just kind of went in and we just aligning those chakras, baby. And I'm going to tell you, I meditate. You know, I have my little crystals. I sage. You know, the whole 9. Talk to God, pray to God for guidance and all that. So I'm always trying to stay aligned. Have to. So then again with this Real Techniques brush where we did that, I'm gonna go same thing, circle motion underneath and right on the Cupid's bow. Right on the Cupid's bow. Okay. And see, we didn't really have to even contour the nose where we had that makeup. I just kind of did it for you. All right, so now that that's done, once your powders, everything are set, you are going to, and make sure you're completely done with it. I always do this before I do the eyeshadows, the whole 9. So we're going back to the NYX Dewy Finish Spray, and we're just ready to put that on real nice. Make sure you get underneath too. Let that dry. Now the NYX is like a less expensive line to a lot of the other lines out there. But I will tell you, when you spray this on, it does not because I remember one time I used one and it streaked up my makeup. You know, when I sprayed it on, it was just like, it was runny. It just didn't look good. It did not look good at all. And then so I was using like the powder to fix it. So initially I had to take it off and start, and I can't remember the line, but this doesn't do that. So people sometimes think that when a product is less expensive, that it's less effective, and that is not true. So yes, get that on, get that on. Oh yeah, and another show while we doing this that me and my friend always talk about, of course, like I say, me, of course, going to Huntsville, she already lives there, is the Love and Marriage Huntsville. Now, I'm going to give y'all a heads up. It's just a matter of time before I myself am on that show or my own show, you know, because I got some stuff pending behind the scenes I'm working on to make that happen. Because, again, you got one life, baby. But anyway, so Love and Mary Huntsville. Love it. As a matter of fact, last week it was ranked #1 over the Housewives franchise, the Housewives of Atlanta, one of the very first Housewife franchises that was the most successful. But now, yeah, Huntsville is #1, and they definitely deserve that position because it's good. It's way better than the Housewives. And some people say it's because, you know, Nene's gone, and I do believe that's a big part of it. But I also think a lot of stuff is coming out behind the scenes, you know, that people didn't realize was going on. Okay, we're going to get into the eyeshadow. So, yeah, The Love and Marriage Huntsville is my show. I love it. I mean, I love the cast. I love just, it's real. It's raw, you know, and I just love it. And what better city to have filmed and made a reality show than Huntsville, Alabama? I mean, and especially with successful, you know, Black people, couples, marriages, like, it's amazing. So anyway, and I think that the episode from guys, I'm getting my eyeshadow set up. From this week, the only reason it did all these like 1.5 million viewers is because Bolo was on there. I didn't even know who Bolo was. I mean, I got a niece named Bulu. You know, we created that nickname for her, but I didn't even know who Bolo was. And I did watch it, you know, and I think that's why it did as good as it is this week. So anyway, moving on, guys. Get to the eyeshadows. Again, we're going to kind of do somewhat of a smoky. I was trying to decide if I wanted to use my NARS pencil. This right here is the truth, guys. I'm going to tell you, it is pigmented. It doesn't take very much at all. Or if I wanted to use, now the CoverGirl's not so good. I mean, it's okay, but it's not my favorite. And then I also have my Lancôme, the Lancôme pencil. And that's the one I was looking for. Should have been better prepared, right? So the Lancôme Le Crayon Khol. And this is in black too. This one is super pigmented, but I do like it more than the NARS because the NARS is really pigmented. And I like both of them. But this one, even though it's a pencil, it's just, I mean, it's just easy on the eyes, literally and figuratively. So, I'm doing my lashes. So, the first thing that I like to do, and I'm going to get a little bit closer for you guys, even though I got like my little mirror down here, is I like to do both the top lid and the bottom lid. But first, I'm going to just go ahead and prime that eyelid, even though I use the excess of my setting powder. So what I'm going to do now is just use a pencil to put a little bit of a foundation on the eyelid. Just a little bit. Because, again, we're going to build up. It's going to be somewhat of a smoky eye, I won't lie to you. Like an icy smoked eye. Okay, so we just got that good and prepped. And, okay, this, guys, like I said, this is also an e.l.f. brush. This is the C brush. Now, you can use this when you do your creasing. And then I'm using, how dare me, the Naked Urban Decay color palette. It is, there's a name for them. They all have names. Beauty with an Edge. Beauty with an Edge is what it says on the back. It has amazing colors. Try to keep the mirror out of there. Yes, without that kind of knocking my little swatches around. So I love it. See, it goes from light to darkest, but not too dark. It's more of like a dark purple. And I'm using the color Factory out of this palette to kind of set it somewhat, I think. Okay. Bam. Just a little bit. And I only do, and everybody does this differently. And like I said, I'm doing my off camera, or the lashes off camera, but I did want to show you guys this first and foremost. Okay. Okay, so once that's on, okay, because I'm telling you right now, the look I'm doing look like shit. I could go to dinner, dancing, whatever. Okay, so I do that for this reason, because before I put my lashes on, and everybody's different, I have extremely curly eyelashes. Extremely curly. It's a gift and a curse. It's a gift and a curse, because some people use eyelash, you know, curlers, and, you know, I find myself having to curl mine. So I'm going to use the Lancôme. The Crayon is the Le Crayon Khol. And I just kind of go underneath a little bit, as so. Remember to use that little stippling motion.
Hey, Mama.
Hey.
I'll hang the door.
Okay, you gonna hang it on my door? All right, so. And I'm only doing the outside of the eye, guys. Underneath the bottom. Then on top is where I go in and do the corners. I'm gonna zoom in so you can see, okay? So what I do is I just pull it. You got some blocks in there? I don't go too far out, but I do just kind of do this very ever so slightly. Right along that lash line. Get as close as you can. And if you need to go over it a few times, you can. This pencil that is by Lancôme is waterproof. So don't be concerned about it not staying on. Now, some of your cheaper pencils, you know, you kind of run into the issue of, you know, they kind of smudge before you can get those lashes on. But this will not. Okay, so. Okay. Now, if you already had your lashes on, you got a nice little wing look. And I always get one better than the other. But that's beside the point, because we can fix that later. Now, once that is done, because I have curly eyelashes, will use the mascara. But since like I said, I'm focusing on doing the eyes, I like to kind of finish the eyeshadow look after I put the lashes on. So, guys, I will be back with that look. Hang tight. Okay, guys, I am back. Lashes on fleek. Ready to conquer the world. Now that the lashes are on, I have my, of course, mascara on. I'm going to go ahead and do my lips. So, we are doing just a basic matte, kind of like a brick red color. I'm going to do my liner first. I'm using a brown liner, guys. Some people like to use red. I do both. But today we are using the Sephora. What color is it? Jesus. Should probably know these things before I start recording. Molasses. Color Molasses. This is by Sephora. This is Sephora's brand of liners. Anyway, Molasses. So anyway, first thing I'm going to do is line my lips. Okay. Okay, and I just kind of, and this is a darker brown. So just be really careful not to go too heavy on it. And see, the line of my lips is almost kind of like a natural brown anyway. So I don't really need a lot of it. But this just kind of deepens it some. Okay. Now, one of the things that I do once this is on is I go like this. Okay. And see how nice that comes out when you press the lips like that? When you go like so. And I tell you what, guys, when I put lashes on, they're like my daggone eyebrows. They're sistery too. Okay, sistery. Like, one is always like perfect. Like, this one's like boom, the other one look like mine on the down low. And everybody that done wore lashes done experienced that. Well, today is the day mine is being sisterly. So anyway, I take the next thing. I'm doing my lip color, and then I'm going back to the eyes. Is the, I think it's Rimmel. Yep, Rimmel Soft Matte Liquid Lip Color. And I picked this up at Walmart one day because I was looking for a red lip. And I'm real particular about certain reds because red, a blue-based red is actually my favorite color red. But I just, from time to time, like to switch it up, kind of do like a brick red or an orange red or just something all completely different. And this is in the color Rosetto. Yes, Rosetto. Rimmel. So what I do first is it comes with an applicator like this, and I really like it because it's flat at the tip, and I have more control over how I disperse it on the lips. So first thing I do is I start in the center, do like little lines like this. Then I take that brush, it's flat, and move it. Okay, just like so. Okay. And guys, I'm gonna be honest. Most mattes stay wet until, you know, you kind of move it. So that's a good thing. So apply, move, blend in with your liner. Do whatever you want to do that's necessary. And then I like to do that. And like I said, y'all gonna hear my 3-year-old today. That was her again, jiggling her little blocks in his bag. And the matte lipstick is starting to dry, which is what I want. And I get that inside. Get the inside of the lip last. Okay? Bam. So that's drying. Go like this. Now next, what I do, like I said, my lashes are on, and a lot of people complete the look. And like I say, I'll be doing it different every time. But today, I am using the Morphe palette, the Fierce by Nature. This describes me, okay? And for a lot of you that don't know, my birthday is May the 12th. I'm a Taurus. That's my zodiac sign. This makeup palette describes me to a T. So, Fierce by Nature. It comes with, I think it's, let's see, 7, 14, 21, 20. It's like 35 different shades, okay? This is when you purchase this, it comes with like a little plastic flap on it, guys. And it kind of just gives you, see that? With all the color shades on it. And this is what it looks like. You know, if you want to do your greens, your reds, whatever. But today, like I say, we're making this sexy. We're making it sexy for, you know, spring. Like I say, you want to go dancing, dinner, or you just want to look, you know, you just want to look like you do right now. So I am using another one of my e.l.f. Wait, not my e.l.f. My bamboo. Yeah, I see it. One of my bamboo. I have 2 of them. But the first one, I'm using, God bless you. I'm going to use like a little bit of a brown first. It's this one here. It almost looks like a brown suede. This one right here, guys. Okay. God bless you. See, our allergies are not playing today. Okay, so I'm just going in. Now that that's on there, just in that corner. And I'm just going to blend it out. And I'm going to show you guys, you know, how to blend it out when you like smoking it out, rather. And I'm not really smoking it. I'm just kind of making it more neutral. This had, now the eyeshadow shade that was on it had like somewhat like a pinkish purple look, and that's fine. That's the look I'm trying to achieve. Okay, so we're using that brown, and then I'm circling it. Now what I normally do when I want something to blend is I have this brush here as well. It looks almost like the Real Techniques brush, but it's smaller. It's a smaller version of it. And this is also by the Eco line, the little bamboo ones. And I love them. They're eco-friendly and they're amazing. So what I do with this brush...
Mama, it's so shiny.
Yeah, it's so shiny. She loves makeup. You gonna wear makeup when you get big?
Yes.
Yes, you're gonna wear makeup. So I take this little brush like this and I just kind of blend it just like so. And I use this solely for the purpose of blending my eyeshadows. Okay, solely for that purpose. So once that's done, I use one more color. And my look will almost be completed before I show you guys my hair. Okay, so I'm going to use my other brush. And I'm going to show you guys a technique the next time. We won't do it today. To clean your brushes while you're doing your makeup or trying to clean them with a napkin. So the next color I'm using, and I was kind of indecisive about this, but I am using with my other brush, and some people use a smaller brush, which is perfectly fine, but I am using this color right here. Okay, the Fierce by Nature. Well, hang on, this one right here. Okay, again, and I'm putting that in the center of the eyelid. Okay, and the brushes are really unique because just like you contour and use them for everything else, you can use it for your eyeshadow. Okay, so again, this is in the center. Center. And I try to, yeah, I know. I try to pat it. And then again, I take that little brush, like the Real Techniques brush. You laughing at Mom? And I just blend everything in. Like I said, it's just like when you contour and blend on your face. You do the same thing with your eyeshadows to create different looks. Now, some people do the complete eyeshadow before they put the lashes on, but I just find that some comes off on my finger, whatever. And this just keeps that from doing that. Okay. Once that's done, the best part. Use that same little brush that we used for the Stilla, this here, to do our highlighter. I will only apply a little bit to the eyeshadow, just slightly, just a little bit. Okay. And we are going to finish our look. And we're just going to brush it on just a little. And a lot of people don't know to do this, but it just kind of highlights it. Just a little, right over the top. Bam! Now, I'll be back, guys, with my hair. The final look. Thank you. And it puts it all together. Be back. So, everybody, I am back. Hair is done. Slayed. So, what y'all think? What do y'all think about the hair, honey? And like they say, it ain't about what everybody else think. It's about what you think. But, of course, I do care what y'all think today. How did the look come together for you guys? Comment below, like it, subscribe for even more better videos than this, you know. So this is the final look, you know. Like I said, got my little bangs going on. And like I said, this is just a simple, quick weave. If you didn't know any better, you would think this was, you know, actually my hair, except, you know, my bangs and stuff aren't as long. But yes, I have enjoyed you today. Tune back in for an amazing video. I will be filming in a week, something great and amazing, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comment below. Let me know what your questions are. If you like it, again, give it a thumbs up. I enjoyed you today, and again, you know, have a blessed day. Enjoy this beautiful weather, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks.